Hello lovelies, it's spooky season, which tends to mean a lot of horror RPGs or scenarios are being played out there. Horror is a very hard genre to make work at the tabletop, though bad horror plots often make for good scenarios, so find a terrible film no one else has seen and rip it off. It is much easier to just gross people out or go full splatterpunk. It's much harder to genuinely disturb your players or to instill a proper sense of dread. So here's my top 5 tips to help you out. 1. Give it time to breathe. Horror especially needs some time to get established. The characters might not know something is up, but the players know that things are going to go sideways at some point. The longer you go without shit getting real, the better the sense of dread and the more they're attached to the characters. 2. Play the player as much as the character. It's easy to scare characters, you just force them to fail a fear check or something. It's the player that you actually want to feel something though, and you have to work at it and play the player. What do you have, what do you know that can disturb or creep out the person behind the character? You know, feeling creeped out, feeling dread, feeling fear. That is, after all, the point of horror. 3. Play without a safety net. Safety tools are not conducive to horror. Safe horror is an oxymoron. I'm not saying be an asshole, but if you're playing the player, which leads to more effective horror and immersion, then safety tools are a whole bunch of no fun. Nobody wants the fun police at their party. I'm not saying don't warn people that you're playing a horrific game, just you'll benefit from fewer inhibitions. 4. Set dressing. Normally it's a bit hokey to costume up around the table, to play music, dim the lighting and so on, but for horror it can really help to set the mood, and it's a difficult mood to accomplish. It can make everything that you do more effective. Try to avoid music with lyrics. Make sure you're playing it low, and if you've got a graphic equalizer on your computer or on your stereo, make an audio bucket between the 500 and 2k hertz range. Put it down, and that way it won't interfere so much with the vocal tones and you'll still be able to understand each other. 5. Horrified isn't helpless. In a lot of games, horror or fear severely limit the character's actions, and as a result, it isn't a lot of fun when your character is scared. In an RPG, characters often have more agency than we do in real life, and certainly more than film characters. Players hate having that agency taken away, but it's so integral to fear and horror and the mechanics that we have for it. It means helplessness, it means a lack of agency, it means shitting your pants. Split the difference and have your players tell you how their characters react to fear before it turns up in the game, and then make sure that their characters react like that. Good and hard. If you're looking for a horror game to play this season, I humbly recommend my own Blood, the role-playing game of modern horror, or Actual Fucking Monsters, both of which you can get at post-mort.com. Zang.